Tragic Nebraska biofuels plant explosion kills 3, including 2 young girls. A devastating blast claims 3 lives in Nebraska biofuels tragedy. But here's what no one's talking about yet. A catastrophic explosion at a Nebraska biofuels plant has left a community in mourning, claiming the lives of 2 children under 12 and a plant employee in a horrifying chain of events that raises urgent questions about industrial safety. The incident occurred Tuesday at Fremont's Horizon Biofuels facility, located 32 miles northwest of Omaha, with recovery efforts now underway after hopes of rescue faded Wednesday. Dodge County Attorney Pam Hopkins confirmed all 3 victims were inside the plant during the explosion, their identities still withheld as families grieve. Here's the gut-wrenching detail that changes everything. The 2 young girls weren't employees. They were waiting for the adult victim, a plant worker described as their guardian, to finish work before a scheduled doctor's appointment. Fremont Mayor Joey Spellerberg, visibly shaken at a press briefing, stated, "My heart hurts. This isn't just an accident, it's a community tragedy that will haunt us for generations." Eyewitness photos reveal apocalyptic scenes. The plant's central tower sheared in half, twisted metal carcasses protruding from collapsed walls, and debris fields stretching across the property. Nearby residents reported house-shaking tremors, with one local, Taylor Kirkland, mistaking the blast for a vehicle crashing into her family's dog kennel business. "The smoke plume looked like something from a war zone," she recounted. But here's where it gets controversial. This isn't the plant's first safety crisis. Records show a 2014 electrical fire previously damaged the facility, a fact now looming large in early investigations. Fire Chief Todd Burnt confirmed crews battled tsunami-like flames and suffocating smoke while navigating storage areas containing alcohol-based materials and vast quantities of wood waste. The plant's core operations, converting timber scraps into anemone bedding and specialty wood pellets for food smoking, suddenly look far riskier than their eco-friendly branding suggests. A chilling question hangs in the air. How could children be in an active industrial zone? While details remain scarce, the presence of miners at a facility handling combustible materials has ignited fierce debate online about workplace safety protocols. And this is the part most people miss. The explosion's aftermath continues 24 hours later, with stubborn fires still blocking investigators from critical evidence. Now consider this. Fremont isn't some remote outpost. It's Nebraska's 6th largest city, population 27,000. Surrounded by food processing plants and manufacturing hubs. Could this disaster expose systemic risks in America's agricultural industrial heartland? The 2014 incident resulted in repairs, but clearly not in lasting safeguards. We're left with burning questions. Were warning signs ignored? Why are alcohol-based materials stored near wood waste, a known combustion risk? And crucially, should families ever have access to such high-risk work sites? Share your thoughts. Is this a tragic fluke or proof that safety regulations need drastic overhaul? The comments section below is open for your perspectives. Tragedy strikes Nebraska plant. Explosion claims 2 children and adult. A devastating explosion at a Nebraska plant has resulted in the tragic loss of a man and 2 young children, as confirmed by local officials on Wednesday. This unfortunate event took place around midday on Tuesday at Horizon Biofuels, a facility located in Fremont, which is situated roughly 40 miles northwest of Omaha. The plant specializes in producing fuel pellets and animal bedding. Following the explosion, 3 individuals were reported missing, and the search efforts faced significant challenges due to ongoing fires and concerns regarding the structural integrity of the building, as stated by Fremont Mayor Joey Spellerberg. The focus of the response has now shifted from rescue to recovery, with emergency crews still working to control the flames, according to authorities. My heart aches for this situation, which is undeniably a tragedy. We are keeping all the families affected in our thoughts and prayers. Mayor Spellerberg expressed during a press conference on Wednesday. The adult victim was reportedly inside the building with the 2 girls, both believed to be under the age of 12 at the time of the explosion. The names of the victims have not been disclosed yet. The two children were simply waiting for their father to finish work so they could go to a doctor's appointment, Spellerberg explained. As of Wednesday, firefighting crews are still battling the active blaze and are evaluating how to safely access the building to recover the victims, as noted by Ashley Engler, the program manager for Nebraska Task Force 1, during the briefing. She highlighted that the steel structure of the warehouse is becoming increasingly unstable as the fire continues to rage. We are utilizing all available search and rescue resources, including structural engineers, to ensure we can safely reach these victims, Engler stated. When firefighters first arrived on the scene, they encountered heavy smoke and intense flames, Fremont Fire Chief Todd Berndt reported in a Tuesday afternoon press briefing. There was significant structural collapse, which hindered our ability to conduct a search. Initially, the fire crews attempted to gain access to the building, but the mangled steel and collapse made it impossible, Berndt added. Due to the structural concerns, the fire department sought assistance from Nebraska Task Force 1. Chief Berndt mentioned that the plant contained a considerable amount of wood and some alcohol-based materials, which could have contributed to the severity of the fire. The cause of the explosion is still under investigation, with the Nebraska State Fire Marshal's office and other agencies actively involved at the scene. Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen has stated that he is closely monitoring the situation. Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone involved, and we stand ready to assist in any way possible, he said in a statement on Tuesday. A local woman who came to the scene to provide water to first responders described witnessing a large black puff of smoke following the explosion. I immediately began praying that no one was hurt. That's all we can hope for. We are a strong community, and I believe everyone will come together to support one another during this difficult time. This incident raises many questions about safety protocols in industrial settings. What measures do you think should be implemented to prevent such tragedies in the future? Share your thoughts in the comments. Fremont explosion. OSHA and State Fire Marshal investigate as recovery efforts continue. A shocking tragedy has struck the Fremont community. A massive explosion at the Horizon Biofuels facility has not only devastated the site, but also left recovery teams searching desperately for a man and two young girls. And this is where the situation grows even more heart-wrenching and complicated. As federal and state investigators descend on the scene, the path to answers is mired in uncertainty, fueling local anxiety and sparking debate about safety standards in industrial facilities. Currently, officials from OSHA's cautious silence raises a crucial question. Should officials share more with the public, or is withholding information necessary to ensure a thorough investigation? At a somber news conference, Fremont Mayor Joey Spellerberg revealed that firefighters have worked non-stop, battling stubborn flames that continued to smolder well into the next day. He confirmed fears that 3 people, a man and his 2 daughters, both younger than 12, were inside the building when the explosion happened. According to family members, the girls had been waiting for their father, who works at the plant, to finish his shift so they could go together to a doctor's appointment. But here's the reality check most people miss. The mission has now shifted from rescue to recovery. It's a devastating turn. Officials believe the trio was in or near a grain bin and a connected office when disaster struck. Therefore, recovery teams, including Nebraska Task Force 1 and a coalition of fire departments, shifted their approach after careful structural assessments. Respecting the family's privacy and grief, authorities have chosen not to release the names of the missing for now. Recovery workers are facing a daunting obstacle course, using heavy machinery to carefully remove layers of debris from the wreckage, a tedious, hazardous delayering process. Fremont Fire Chief Todd Berndt has highlighted just how tough this is, with steel beams collapsed and fires still burning beneath unstable concrete. MJ Learman from Nebraska Task Force 1 described the challenge. Crews must clear debris from the outside in, moving systematically down into the ruins, all while managing unknowns about the structure's safety. She noted that this method was recently used during flood recoveries in Texas, an example of how disaster protocols are evolving. As the community grapples with blocked roads, such as the closure of Cloverly Road and parts of Schneider Street, businesses are shut down and emergency operations dominate the area. Law enforcement from the Nebraska State Patrol and Dodge County Sheriff's Office are tightly controlling access. Locals have been urged to stay clear, both for their own safety and to allow responders to work efficiently. Ashley Engler, leading the coordinating efforts for Task Force 1, shared that multiple agencies and contractors, along with structural engineers, are painstakingly peeling back the remains of the building. The unstable lightweight steel frame, paired with a damaged concrete elevator shaft and ongoing internal fires, has turned recovery into a race against further collapse. Governor Pillen has publicly expressed his gratitude to the relentless emergency crews from multiple fire departments, including Nickerson, North Bend, Hooper, Arlington, Waterloo, Valley, Cedar Bluffs, and Scribner. He emphasized the emotional weight of the tragedy, especially on rescuers who remain on site without any end in sight. Suzanne and I send our deepest thoughts and prayers to the family and those affected, Pillen said. Adding another layer, pun intended, of complexity, misinformation has started to circulate online regarding city water use during the emergency. City officials have had to step in, making it clear on social media that Fremont is not asking residents to limit water usage at this time. A lesser-known, yet potentially controversial fact, Horizon Biofuels is one of only 3 commercial pellet plants in Nebraska. According to state data, the facility is capable of producing 20,000 short tons of wood pellets annually, made from waste wood, an industry that's often praised for sustainability, but also invites scrutiny for safety measures. Under the separate name, Elkhorn Valley Animal Bedding, they repurpose materials for animal bedding and wood pellets. Given this, is the risk worth the reward for local economies? As the emotional toll mounts, local businesses like Hy-Vee, Jimmy John's, and McDonald's have stepped up with food donations for first responders, while a nearby church is collecting water and drinks. The Fremont Rural Volunteer Fire Department is asking the community to keep the support coming as crews work long into the days ahead. So, what do you think? Should the biofuel industry implement stricter safety protocols, or is this tragedy simply a freak accident no one could have foreseen? And do you believe officials should tell the public more sooner, or is keeping details close to the vest about the investigation the right call? The story is rapidly developing. Stay tuned for further updates, and don't hesitate to share your thoughts, opinions, and questions in the comments below. How do you feel about industry safety and transparency in situations like this?